It's recording. Welcome to a spooky edition of what are we calling this? The final countdown, where we're talking about pregnancy brain, which is very scary. So, like we were saying, this is about pregnancy brain, and to be really honest, I did not think that pregnancy brain was a real thing. Like, no shade, but I kind of thought that it was just something that pregnant women said a lot to get out of things or to, like, have an excuse for forgetting stuff. But it turns out it is a real thing, and you can't remember stuff very well, or you, like, can't pull a word to the front of your mind. So I thought I would tell you a couple of stories about pregnancy brain that are funny and also kind of ridiculous. What do you remember about, like, first and second trimester pregnancy brain? Obviously the car
nothing.
thing.
I was pregnant. No, I don't remember anything specifically.
The cake, I baked a cake for a neighbor, pound cake, and I smelled something burning and went to the oven and looked at it, and it had, like, caved in and was not done at all after an hour. And so I was like, okay, so I guess I'll just leave it in there. Left it in there, and it, like, curdled. And I was like, why does it smell like scrambled eggs in here?
Yeah, you
And
made custard.
yeah, it was essentially a custard, because even though I got the flour out of the pantry, put it on the counter, put all the ingredients in, and put the flour back in the pantry, I did not use the flour in the cake. And so I made 2, tins of this pound custard.
Yeah.
Non-cake scramble. And it was garbage. A lot of things like that have happened in the kitchen. Just now, well, this isn't kitchen related, but I put a bookcase together backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That was really upsetting, because I thought it was right. Then I called you up there to look at it, and you were like, this is backwards. I burned chili, and then was like, all right, whatever, screw this. I'm going to start over and just do twice baked potatoes and put bacon in it, and then burn the bacon. That was a fun night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything else.
Why? Because of the pregnancy brain.
Probably because of the pregnancy brain. Tell the Acura story.
Oh gosh, Mary, I don't know if I'm prepared to do that.
Well, I'll help.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay, and you should do the middle too.
Okay.
And then right at the end, you just take over.
So, I had had the same car for about 10 years, and it had been through, the ringer, and it was time to get a new car. And, I guess I had not taken great care of the car, like, on the inside.
There was an entire colony of ants underneath your floor mats, so I would say just generally.
That is not true. That is an exaggeration. It was not a colony.
Yeah.
It was like a couple hundred.
1,000.
Anyway, we the car had also not been starting properly.
This is unrelated to the ants.
This is later.
Probably.
The ants were 10 years ago or so. The Acura to Pure Bar to teach, and when I rolled in, I was pretty low on gas, but I wasn't, like, empty. Okay, I was pretty close to empty. And then, turned the car off, went inside, took the class, came back out, tried to turn the car over, and it was not turning over. So you had to come get me, and we made plans. We had already made plans to go look at a car, so we just said, okay, we're just going to leave the Acura here. Little did we know that would be its final resting place, and went to look at other cars at the Subaru dealership. So we find one and come back and need to get the Acura so that we can go trade it in. And I asked Jordan, you where the keys were, because I thought you had them.
But
You did not. And I did not. And the car was locked. And
we looked everywhere.
Right. So we just left it. So we came home, and all day the next day, I turned the house completely inside out, upside down, looking for the keys. Like, looked in our laundry, looked in the washing machine, dryer, every drawer, every pocket.
My car.
Your car, yeah. I drove to your office to look in your car, which was 45 minutes away.
Yeah, the only place that they would have been was
in the car.
Of course they were.
So we thought that I had locked them in the car. So at this point, we have bought a new car and have said, we have a trade-in, but it's in a parking lot.
And also, I don't have the keys.
And also,
they're probably locked inside the car.
Yeah.
So there's no way around this.
Yeah, so they're going to have to come tow it unless we can find the keys. So our last-ditch effort is to call AAA and get them to come open the car to see if my keys are in the car.
The morning that we're going to get the car.
Yeah, the morning that we're going to make the final purchase on this car. So we drive out. This is a weekday, so you're going to work after. We drive out to Pure Bar, to the parking lot. AAA meets us out there. We get the car unlocked. It starts to rain, just to make matters even more stressful. Look all inside the car. The keys are not in there. Nowhere to be found. So
now the keys are nowhere.
Now the keys are nowhere. So now we have no way to get the car to the dealership to trade it in. So we just give up again and say, okay, I'll leave it unlocked because nobody's going to steal it. And I'll come back tomorrow. I'll clean everything out of the car. And then the dealership is going to have to send somebody to tow it. So we do that. We leave again. I come back the next day with garbage bags, open the car door, start cleaning everything out. It starts raining again. I go to the Jeep because I've had to take you to work and then take the Jeep with me because we only have one car. Get my rain jacket, put my hand in the pocket, and my keys were in the pocket of the rain jacket. And had them, obviously that entire time. Because what I forgot was that I was wearing that rain jacket to Pure Bar that day because it was raining. And I stuck my keys in the pocket and then took the jacket off and didn't wear it for 3 days. And that's where the keys were.
So needless to say, that affected the price of the trade-in.
So I think we lost hundreds of dollars because they had to come tow it and because there was no key.
Proud of you.
Thank you. So pregnancy brain is real. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. It's a real condition. Millions of people suffer every year. And I feel it's appropriate that we did this chapter on Halloween. Because it is truly frightening to feel like you're losing your mind and you have no control over your faculties or ability to remember where you put your keys.